You're the
welcome
one
back.
that starts.
I hate you guys. I hate you guys. You know what? Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. You all know what it is at this point. Well, welcome in. This is the Logical Idiots podcast where we're all idiots here.
Welcome to the Bukkake Show.
We're logically idiotic.
There's nothing logical about us at this point.
Then why are we? Then we should just be called the idiots.
I think that's already taken.
That would be
That's
significantly
not a
more
great-
accurate.
We need
Yeah,
to
it
think of the branding, Shire.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
branding.
No, dude. I bought Legos yesterday, and
I always love buying Legos.
I started building them, right? And so there's one right there. I actually completed this right before you texted us, Mason. Little Captain Rex over there, and then as you texted me, I was unboxing the BD1, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we have to record tonight," and so
I have a Lego at fucking the Boba Fett ship
Slave
with Boba Fett in it, but I lost a part of it
one. Oh no.
Oh,
just because I don't have a place to like properly set it, so it just kind of ended up losing a piece. It's not. But these are the only two Lego things that I have. My camera will let me take a picture of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would just like to say, while Mason's doing that, Austin, you said I bought Legos today, like a 7-year-old cousin tells you at a birthday party.
Yesterday, dude. No.
You said I bought Legos yesterday.
Hey, my inner child showing, bro. I love Legos.
Who
no,
doesn't love Legos?
No, okay, Mason. I'm gonna tell you the story. I've already told Shire because he was in the he wasn't in the stream at that time. But I've already told Grant. Right, I told stream today. When I was buying these Legos, I was such a jerk, and I love it. It literally made my day. Not even the Legos, just the situation around them.
No, you told me last night.
Oh, did I tell you last night? Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Either way, these were the last two on the shelf, right? The last Captain Rex and the last BD1 on the shelf. As I am walking away, right? I get probably 25 feet from the aisle, and these two kids and their mom walk past me, and these kids see that I'm holding the BD1 and Captain Rex and get all excited, like, "Oh my god, we're just about to get those!" And I know those are they're gone. There's no more left. They're gonna have to go to a different store, or they're just gonna have to wait, right? And so, me being the jerk I am, I said, "Hey, they're selling it quick. You better go get them. There's a few more left. You gotta go get them. You gotta run." And so they start running over there, all excited.
Oh, that is brutal.
A menace to children everywhere.
And I just know I was euphoric after that, knowing I just completely ruined two children's day.
You know, I have a lot of respect for that. Only for the reason that I honestly, God, I don't think I would have had the heart to do that. I don't think I would have had the willpower to see that through. I think I would have given them like each one and been like, you better like next time getting the other one, and just walked out.
Oh no, I won these Legos.
Dude, props to you for having the willpower to get what you want and not being a pushover.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? One, I know that it completely ruined their day. Like the kids' day, like it was a soul crushing thing. Because they probably looked around like, "Oh my god, where is it? And then they realized, oh, there's nothing left. But it was also just the mom too was probably so annoyed. Because now she either has
She's probably relieved she doesn't have to spend an absurd amount of money on Legos now.
Oh no, she was probably just annoyed because either like the kids were either gonna not stop screaming and crying about it, or she was have to go to a different store, spend more time out of her day to get them Legos.
I love Legos,
More
but
money.
damn, they're fucking expensive.
Yeah, dude. Oh, like that moment right there was when I think my true evilness shined. Like I was evil long before, but man, in that moment, I just, you know, the thing where it's like everything's just burning around me and I'm just smiling, just happy. Like that is what was going on. Yeah, like everything is fine except everything was just peak.
Yeah, that is some downright diabolical shit.
Yep, Austin. Asshole to children since 1901.
Oh, one.
What?
God damn. That's brutal. My grandpa was born in 31. How the fuck?
It was beyond the ether, bro. That's how it was.
He time travels just to fuck over kids.
I was the
doctor.
snake in Adam and Eve's story.
You're the devil.
Nah, bro just pretended to be the devil just to fuck with him.
Oh yeah.
I said, I am him.
You were definitely not him.
Wow, Shire.
Now clearly what I am is Legolas. All right.
No, you're Lego Bountiful. Those kids who are Legolas.
True. Oh man. What a great start to the episode, am I right, boys?
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Yeah. Well, let's probably
Can
rephrase
we-
that.
Can we rephrase that?
Yeah,
No,
a little bit.
Nope, keeping it in.
Okay. Well, all
I
right.
used to go back on my statement.
All right.
I love watching Child Poe right now.
Oh.
Have you seen that meme?
Oh.
Okay, so there's a meme floating around right now, and it's a picture of you know in Kung Fu Panda whenever Poe's in like the radish basket,
Oh,
and he like tips over,
Yeah.
and this guy posted, and it's like I'm watching Child Poe right now, and then he hit the return button, so it went down to another line. And then it was like, it just makes me thankful for how much my parents did for me. Right? But all the videos are like, there's a, oh shoot. You know, like the bearfish from SpongeBob, whenever they're like in the circle. And so the bearfish like swims up and like looks at him, and then he looks down, and it's like the space bar button, and he growls and then swims away. And it's like that video underneath that post. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's amazing. No, I saw a post today that was just like, you know, like how you see on Twitter, it's like, I'm the hottest 18-year-old OnlyFans star. Yeah, like,
I am the hottest.
well, like, you know how like everyone, like every OnlyFans star is like saying that.
Of course. I mean, it's bad.
I mean, I
advertising not to.
literally, and in the comment section of this, I'll tell you what it is in a second. I saw 10 of them, like who I've constantly seen. I saw 10 of them say what ? Exclamation points, because they were just so concerned. The post was, like word for word, it says, why did I make more money selling corn at 12 than I do at 20?
Ooh. Ooh.
And then they were all just like, what possessed you to post this?
What? What?
Yeah.
So you need to go to these chat sites, and there's this one that's like.
Listen,
Speaking
know
from
a few,
experience.
I know a few private message boards.
Yeah, no, I was like,
Can you
Jesus
imagine?
Christ, dude. Who posts this stuff? Like, why would you ever do that? Oh, by the way, boys, do y'all want to see the thumbnail for the new video coming out Wednesday? It's already going to be out by the time this video airs, but like, the new video is coming out.
I want to see the power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Well, I'm gonna send. Where's it at? Come on.
I'm sorry. You only have 3 arms. You're a couple short, Mason. I hate to
What?
break it to you.
What?
There we go. There's
Doc
the.
Ock, man.
This is the.
I'll grow some. It'll be fine.
This is the thumbnail.
Oh, did you send it in the?
I sent it in Discord.
Oh my.
What the fuck?
Shire was taking pictures of me and editing them.
That's
Showing it to
hilarious.
us during the video, during the call.
Bro's using Snapchat filters.
What?
Dude.
Bros are
He did it like
rocking the
3
Snapchat
times, dude.
filters. You know what my favorite pastime used to be?
What?
So I take pictures of my friends. Yeah, I've actually, I think I've showed you this, Austin. Take pictures of my
Yes,
friends,
you did this to me. I know exactly what it's supposed to be.
and I would edit these like
Oh,
photorealistic emoji penises onto the screen and make it look like they were coming on them.
He sends the picture of me, like at least yearly, like annually. He sends me a picture of that.
So Mason, basically what it is, it's like a nose emoji, right? A fist, a peach, and then like the water droplets.
Mhm.
And if you layer the fist over the nose and the peach in the right way, it looks like you're jerking a dick. It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is, always has been.
What's the TTP on those emojis? That's what I want to know.
I love that video so much, bro.
For anyone who doesn't know, TTP means time to penis, and it's the time of how quickly people will figure out how to make a penis and then subsequently make said penis.
Hey, everyone knows what TTP is. No need to mansplain, Grant. Oh man. So
Isn't that Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
what?
Or is that just the actor?
That's just the actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, dude. I never knew that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is still going on. They're still making it.
Are they really?
Really?
God damn.
They have a podcast too.
Better
I
that
haven't-
than fucking
I haven't been
Friends.
able to sit down and watch it, but I always love seeing the insane clips of Charlie Day, and I don't remember the other guy's actor.
Here's the thing. Some of the clips are good. Watching the show is almost painful.
Oh, it is brutal.
It can be painful at points because it's just like, oh my god. It's
Like,
like
that's why,
how's this
It is
still
a
going?
labored experience.
It is.
but somehow the clips are always fucking golden.
Well, no, because like here's the thing. They have like at least one good scene in every episode.
Diamond
But
in the rough.
man, is it grueling getting through 20 minutes of just pain just to get to that one clip. It is a haul, bro.
Like, this is top 10 clips of all time. Seeing Charlie Day drink paint.
No, like literally, it's almost like a Norm Macdonald like joke, right? It's like you have 20 minutes. It's like, hear me out, right? Listen. You have like 20 minutes of buildup for like a few seconds of gold.
The moth joke.
The moth, yeah, exactly. Or
Honestly,
or
the buildup is what makes the joke so funny, though.
No, it is, and that's exactly how It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is. The buildup for it makes the ending
I don't
just
know.
so good.
I still, to this day, have no context for why he's drinking paint, but that scene makes me laugh my ass off every goddamn time.
No, like I'll give you an example. Like the one episode I showed Grant was the mailroom one, where you have this entire thing where they're going to the mailroom and they like until this final episode where he's going through this huge conspiracy until you find out, Charlie, all these people exist. You're just illiterate. And it's like all that buildup is needed for that joke, but it's so good. Oh, dude, I love Charlie Day.
I love Charlie
He's
Day so much.
The wild card episode has got to be one of my favorite episodes.
Wild card, bitches! Jumps out of the car.
Do you know what's going on in that? Have you seen that clip, Grant?
I just know he cut
I have
the
seen that clip,
brakes.
yeah.
Okay, so the context of that clip is basically like they're trying to plan something where they want to like they're trying to make the entire point is that they keep trying to make more and more money through failed
Disable the
attempts
brakes.
over and over and over again, right? And so their idea was we're gonna get a van, we're gonna get a bunch of barrels and fill them with gasoline and be our own little gas station.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so everybody's like, we need a plan. We get this gas from here. We hijack this thing. Someone needs to buy this and the seller, whatever. And Charlie goes, I'll be the wild card. He's like, what does that mean? He's like, every group needs a wild card. And he goes, what? This doesn't make any sense. Wild card, baby. and then at the end, they're like, wait, why are the brakes not working? Because I cut the brake lines. Wild card. Woo! Jumps out the
Wild
back as
I see
they're heading
that.
towards a wall full speed, filled with gasoline in their car.
It's just the way it is.
It's like some of them jokes are just so good, but like they need the setup of the episodes, but some of them are just so bad too. Like I will say some of the plots of the episodes are really funny. Like the fact that like Dee and oh god, what's the main brother's name?
I don't know.
Dennis and Dee. I don't want to work at the bar anymore. So what they do is they want to get welfare checks, right?
Yeah.
but they have to be prove or whatever that they have some kind of condition or whatever the reason they're poor, and so they're like, why don't we just do crack? And so for the next 3 episodes, they basically become these raging crack addicts just so they can get welfare checks.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. The ultimate scheme.
And it is the funniest thing ever. Because then Danny DeVito goes, he's like, I bought the bar from you guys. I'm working here now. I'm hiring you. But you guys, he's like, all right, so we'll be bartenders again, right? He's like, no, you're a bunch of crack addicts. You'll be sweeping the floors. So even though they owned the bar but then gave it up, they have to now start from ground one again because their dad bought the bar from them.
That's what they get.
No,
honestly.
no, literally. Because like the entire the reason they left is because like Charlie Day and whatever the other guy's character or name is, like their characters were arguing about how to run the bar because they were all co-owners.
Yeah.
And they were getting fed up with each other, and it's like, you know what, run the bar however you guys want to. We're done. And they leave. It's just such a beautiful 3-part like episode thing because it goes from like them going to like the hood and then not knowing how to like buy crack.
Oh my god.
Like, I'll let you figure this out. Like
Is this the pretzel cart guy?
no. But like, I'll give you an example of how it's gonna go, Grant. The first episode of the entire show is called "The Gang Gets Racist."
I know.
So yeah, that's kind of how the that
We're
episode
already
goes.
there.
Yeah, that's how the episode goes, right? And so, and then like towards the end of it, they're passed out for like 15 hours in the dumpster behind the bar, and that's when their
Yeah.
dad finds them.
W.
God.
Oh my. Oh. Oh my.
I think the only other episode that tops like those ones are the one where it's like they're basically being hunted, and then oh Jesus Christ. My God. Mason, something's wrong with you, bud.
I'm going insane. It's fun.
Yeah, 1 second.
All right. For context, everybody, what's going on? Mason has sent a picture of a mostly naked fat woman who is getting and basically twerking with her stomach. And he said, "My future wife." And then subsequently, I have sent a GIF of a shotgun being loaded.
No, but the only episode like I think tops those ones are the one where the king is basically being hunted, and at the end they have the chance to save this guy, and he's just hanging on. He's like, "Brother, take my hand." And Frank, Danny DeVito's character, comes in. "Oh no, you don't!" Grabs a 2x4 and smacks him down.
That's a classic.
It's a classic, but the funniest part is that like he was like 2 feet off the ground.
No,
And he
yeah.
thought he was higher up. He's like, "Oh no, you don't! You're gonna die!" And he just kind of drops. He goes, "Oh, we're fine."
Danny
Fine.
DeVito is a gift to humanity.
Dude, have you seen his like chat whenever when people were talking about him wanting to be Wolverine?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, yes. So there's like a document you can sign or whatever, like whatever they called, like a help me out here, Grant. You know what I'm talking about, the like little forums you can sign.
Yeah.
Or petitions, right? It's like a petition to make Danny DeVito the next Wolverine. And on a podcast recently, someone was talking about it. He's like, "Have you seen this?" It's like it started in 2019, and they're only like, I think 4,000 petitions away now. They needed 75,000. They're like, I think they're at like 70,000 now at least. And he's like, "For you to be the next Wolverine," he goes, "Dude, I'll take it. Marvel, sign me up. I think Marvel's the only one I haven't done yet."
I think Jack Black should be the next Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Yes. Honestly, I think
No.
you know what I think would save Marvel?
What?
I think if Marvel did a series of spoof movies, like spoof comedies.
Make those
Like
make that a TV show.
1980s
Make that a TV show.
Spider-Man.
I think they should make it a TV show on Disney Plus, but I think realistically, Jack Black should be the Hulk.
Yeah.
Could
Don't
you-
even like CGI him into the Hulk. Just paint him green.
Exactly. Like
No,
the
no, no, no.
oh god, what's that?
Yeah,
Oh,
like the
yes.
OG Hulk.
Yeah, the OG.
Yes.
No, but I would love, absolutely adore if they had someone with Down syndrome play Spooderman.
Oh, I would
Yes.
love Spooderman.
No, they do like every character as a joke, but they just like actually rehire Scarlett Johansson to play Black Widow.
Just completely new Avengers movie, completely recast it except for Scarlett Johansson.
exactly.
That'd be really good.
Jack Black as Bruce Banner, Danny DeVito as Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Who would be Thanos though? Is the question.
100% Charlie Day.
No.
Imagine that voice as Thanos, though.
Charlie Sheen.
yes. No, you know
And he
who I
wants
want
the
Charlie Day to
Infinity
be
Stones.
in the Avengers.
Yeah.
I want him to be Captain America, but still be the same character as he is in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So it's like that one video where it's like, hey kids, I know you're used to seeing us Avengers fighting villains, but today we're talking about you, how we're fighting drugs. It's up to you. And Captain America's only do drugs if it helps you get superpowers. And then it's just like he keeps going on. He's like, only do it if you're snorting it in a $5 bill.
No, Austin.
Yeah.
We should make Danny or who's playing Iron Man in our spoof movie.
Oh, that's a good question.
I know who it should be. It should be the guy who plays Tuco Salamanca. Because there's the meme of him like crushing up the Infinity Stones and snorting it like meth.
No. Hear me out. The Salt Bay. So that when he crushes the Infinity Stones, he just does that with dust.
I've also seen the clips of Gordon Ramsay cooking the Infinity Stones.
Oh yes, I've seen
No,
that.
okay. Can we make the Silver Surfer Ronaldo? So instead of a board, he just slides on his knees everywhere.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
I'm still waiting for our live action Galactus. I want it so bad.
True.
I want it so bad, but I hope it's after they get their stuff together with the CGI.
Like that was another of the only few things that I enjoyed about the Internals was seeing the Celestial's face in the sky. Cause Galactus is the same fucking size.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
agree.
fucking sick as fuck to see.
The only thing I actually cared about in the Eternals was like Kit Nightingale's character.
None of it.
I cared about that final scene of seeing the Celestial in the sky, and I like how they actually did a speedster great.
Yeah, true. I just like Jon Snow, man. So seeing him again have a sword, it's like, come on.
Dude, I started watching
Shire
Game of
style.
Thrones.
Did you actually?
Watching. Yeah,
I'm
did,
about to
but
rewatch it once I finish Rebels.
I'm only like
no.
I'm only on like the third episode, so.
Oh, dude, okay. I'm. Everyone likes the first season because everyone loves what's his name? The main character in the first season. The Stark, Eddard Stark, right? Everyone loves him, but I genuinely. It took me 3 times to like watch it before I finally started watching it all the way through, right? I genuinely do not like him.
Why? Because I do.
Here's the thing. I think morally he is great, but he just is so boring, right? Because like
that's what's great about him.
No, here's the thing, right? Every character has like their own little quirk and what makes them good, right? The difference between Eddard Stark and Jon Snow is Jon Snow was as moral and as like compassionate as Eddard Stark, but he was also cool and was also like, I don't know, like really interesting and like groundbreaking and like cool stuff like that. The only thing that Eddard Stark had going for him was his morality. Everything else was like,
that's the novelty of his character in the first season.
well,
he's the only person who is redeemable, like legitimately redeemable.
No, I totally agree. Like I understand his character, and I'm glad that his character exists. But I'm just saying, like, I personally do not enjoy his character.
Bro, what?
I like him
Because here's the thing, right? In my opinion, season 2 through 8 is really interesting and cool. Season 1 is so slow and boring because it follows a lot of Eddard Stark, and it's just like it's basically Eddard Stark is basically the exposition of a book. He is the human version of the exposition.
We get to watch Jamie and Cersei have sex zone. Literally the first episode. So
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Jamie season 2 with the beard is I was so angry in season 5 when he shaved off his beard. He looked so good with the beard.
everyone looks good with a beard too.
I'm telling you, dog. Even what's his name? The younger Stark. Not Bran. The one who
middle
becomes
one?
king. The one who becomes king.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, him. Like when he has his beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, genuinely I love there is not a single character that I dislike in Game of Thrones besides 2. Eddard Stark and Daenerys. Those are literally the only 2 characters who I'm just like cannot stand, right? Like I even like Cersei, right? No, and now hear me out. Like, cause here's the thing, right? There's not like I'm rooting for, like, and even like, I despise this character. That means I still like them because like I like rooting against them, right? But Cersei and Eddard Stark are the 2 characters who I'm just like, I'm not rooting against them. I'm not rooting for them. I genuinely just want them to die. Like I don't care about
Daenerys?
them. Yeah.
Or Cersei? You said
Daenerys.
Cersei originally.
No, I said
was like, what?
Daenerys and Eddard.
Yeah, well, you originally you had said Daenerys and Eddard, and then
Yeah,
just a second ago you said Cersei and
I
Eddard.
didn't mean Cersei. I didn't mean Cersei. No,
And then I was like, wait a second.
like, because I think the thing I like about Cersei's character is that like she has that like attitude and like even some genuine like battle, like really good battle strategy. And her father is just ignoring her and just like, well, you're a woman. You don't know anything about battle. And then he just gets killed. I mean, by his own son, but like, it's funny because like she can have like genuinely great plans, and he's just like,
all my homies hate Tywin.
No. I love Tywin. What do you mean?
Fuck Tywin.
I love Tywin.
Fuck Tywin.
Everyone hates Tywin. Everyone I know dislikes Tywin. I'm like, dude, he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
And you're not.
Now, like Tyrion, Tywin, and Jaime are the 3 Lannisters who I just absolutely love.
So literally all the Lannisters but one. Good to hear.
Cersei, Joffrey, her other son, I can't remember his name. They also have a daughter. Can't remember her name either.
Okay, Joffrey is like, there's not a soul alive who likes Joffrey. And I honestly, I feel really bad for
for
Joffrey's
the actor. Oh yeah, no. Well,
but Joffrey is the character like Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
where he's just so rotten to the core, so vehemently despised that the actor is just vilified for it.
Well, and here's the thing, right? I'm one of the people, I never understand why people like start hating on the actor.
Well, I don't think they're hating on the actor. It's just like,
no.
Whenever they say it, they're like, fuck Joffrey. And he's like walking by. They're not saying fuck whatever the actor's name. They're saying fuck Joffrey.
Well, no, like I'm gonna point this out, like, right? When the one guy who played the new Captain America, like the Falcon and Winter Soldier, or the Falcon and Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? The guy who played Captain America, because he was just playing the new Captain America, he was getting death threats. Like, dude, what is your problem? He's just playing a part. Like, I can understand.
That's how you know he did a good job. Cause he's supposed to make you hate him.
Well, here's the thing. I can understand disliking a character. That is perfectly reasonable. But disliking an actor purely because you dislike their character that they played, you are terrible. You're a terrible person. And like, and there's a strong difference between like hating on an actor because of how they portray themselves on screen and stuff like that. Like The Rock, for example, right? A lot of people, and also me, dislike The Rock because of the way he presents himself, the way he is on screen, stuff like that. Not because of the characters he plays, but just the way he is, right? But the difference, but hating on someone because of just a single character they played is just terrible. There's no reason for that. But like Joffrey, I actually really liked Joffrey's character because of what like he represented. He was just so despicable that like he
Irredeemable.
he is exactly what like old kings used to be, right? Like hated by everyone in like the Senate and like anyone who was royalty or like worked for him, absolutely despised, but the people loved him until something came up showing that like who he really was, right? Like when Joffrey came to power, they realized, oh, we're no longer gonna be broke because his dad's dead. King Robert bankrupted. Like, dude, King Robert literally bankrupted the Lannisters. He caused their gold mines to dry up because of just how much he was spending. He started a war, and then after he started the war, right? After he finished the war, which already cost a lot, then
Hey, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Please stop sending stuff in the chat because like everything I hear is robotic right now because my PC's trying to load all these images, and my internet is shit. So please stop. Continue.
Yeah, like he bankrupted everything because like he started a war, right? Over. I'm not gonna spoil that part, but like he started a war, and when he finished the war, because it was being funded by the Lannisters, he married Cersei, and after that point, they were already like he was already 200 trillion in debt. He was in extreme debt, right? And then he goes, well, let's just have parties and jousts and all this stuff every weekend, you know? So he got to the point where he literally, like, I think it was a year or two after he died, or before he died, the Lannisters, like, mines had completely dried up because he had used and spent all their gold, was in extreme debt, and had no way to pay them back. And then everyone was like suffering for it, and then so Joffrey comes in, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, a new king who can finally save us!" And then he gives back to the people, and like seems like he's actually helping them, so everyone loves him. And then everyone working for him is like, "I hate this guy; he's a monster." And then the second they find out that Joffrey wasn't actually King Robert's son, they're like, "Oh, I hate this guy."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I genuinely liked Joffrey's character, not because of like he was a likable character, but just because of how despicable he was. And that like there's three good villains, right? The ones that you understand, the ones that you love to hate, and the ones that you hate to love. Right? He was the one that you love to hate. And so when eventually he does die, you're like, yeah, whoa, let's go. And you know, like it's one of those things where it keeps building up more and more until eventually it happens, and then it's just a euphoric feeling.
Oh, I'm so glad he died in such horrific pain.
Oh, dude, literally. And I do love how Tyrion gets blamed for it because it led to possibly the greatest scene in Game of Thrones history, in my opinion. But
where he's like, I wish I had killed him.
Yeah, the trial, the trial scene is the entire reason I started watching Game of Thrones, and it is the only scene that even comes close to it is Pod the Rod scene.
I wish I was the monster that you think I am.
Dude, anyone who doesn't know who Pod the Rod is, it's a squire named Podrick, right? And Tyrion, since Podrick saved his life in a battle, he rewards Podrick by giving him a bunch of gold and going to the whorehouse, right? And Podrick comes back with a little skip in his step, you know? He's happy. And he's like, well, I hope you got your money's worth. He goes, actually, I should say my money's worth. And he sits the gold back down in front of him. And he goes, Podrick, it was a gift. He goes, they wouldn't accept it. He goes, wait, what? So you're saying
Moral of the story, he gave these hookers an absolute dicking down, and they didn't want his money because it was so good.
And the best part is like the reason everyone loves him after this point. He is so legendary because he had a knight and the treasurer of the kingdom. He had the knight give him his seat, and the treasurer pour his wine. Do you know what that's like for a squire? A squire doesn't get paid at all. They get zero money. They just help out royalty. They're basically an intern, an unpaid intern, right?
But they get to live. So like
Yeah.
they get paid, but just in like housing and food.
Yeah, exactly. But they're basically an unpaid intern, and that's basically like the CEO and the branch manager, like basically giving you like the vice president job kind of thing at that point. Like it's not quite that level, but it would basically feel like that level back in that time.
Yeah.
But I just love the line like, we need details, copious details. God, I love Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna switch shows right now because the best sports show ever made just had its last episode
Ted Lasso.
this past week. Yep.
I need to watch
And
it.
it is 3 seasons of a man from Texas pissing excellence. I mean, he is just so good. And Jason Sudeikis, the actor, he's known for like comedy roles. Like he's not known as like a dramatic actor. And so he's the guy from Meet the Millers.
No,
Or
We're the Millers.
We're the Millers.
To be
We're the
fair,
Millers.
though, that show's a dramedy.
Yeah, it's exactly.
It's really not that much comedy though. To
Well,
me.
here's the thing.
Every clip I see of it is goddamn hilarious, and I
Well-
see a lot on TikTok. So it's a dramedy. They have plenty of comedy.
The thing,
Whatever.
Not
the thing
saying they
about-
don't have important story. They're not good at drama, but it is a dramedy.
The thing about the show is it started out as a comedy, like how it
Kind
became
of,
known.
Yeah.
And I'll explain that in a minute once you're done talking about it.
But it is excellent. It's only 3 seasons. Each season, the first season's 10 episodes. The last 2 seasons are 12-hour episodes. It is worth every second. Best sports show ever made.
That's 34 hours. You can complete that in a day and a half.
Listen, calm down, buddy.
I'm just saying. It's a good show. You can complete it in a day and a half. Everybody go watch it. But
It is wholesome as fuck.
after you listen to this podcast, now the thing about how it started is that whoever the assistant coach is in the show, I don't remember his name.
Nate. Beard.
The beard guy, yeah. Whatever the actor's name is, right? Him and Jason Sudeikis, is that his name?
Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, they were roommates, right? And
Yeah.
one day they bought FIFA. They knew nothing about football, right? Or soccer. And so the way they like taught each other the teams and stuff like that was by kind of doing that one skit that they had where they're going back to like, oh, Cowboys, do like referencing to actual like football in America. And so that's how that skit was born, and that's how the characters were created. And then off that, they I don't remember what company had it, but they like, oh, let's make a few commercials for soccer, like upcoming tournaments, stuff like that. So every few years they would have a few like commercials off these characters to like build up the hype for the actual the tournament, right? And then eventually they kept trying to pitch a show over and over again. No one would take it. And then eventually Apple TV came out and they pitched it to them. And they're like, yeah, we'd love to do that. We don't have any other shows out right now. We need to start making stuff. So yes, of course, we'll take it.
Thank God.
And then it literally became one of the most loved shows of all time. It is a
And
10 out
I
of 10 show.
I would like to say For anyone who's unsure about, oh, it's a drama. I don't really want it. It's about soccer. I don't really give a shit about soccer. Listen here. There's only one thing that you need to know. The intro to the show is 15 seconds long, and the outros sometimes don't even happen. Watch the show.
No, here's the thing.
That doesn't make it appealing.
No,
What?
here's
That makes it amazing because
no.
it cuts right through the fat. There's no excess. There's nothing that you don't need. No credits.
There's no filler arcs.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
the credits are needed, though, to give respect to everyone that worked on it.
There's most of the episodes have credits, but there's some episodes that go all right up till the end.
Well, okay. Here's what I should say to make it more appealing, right? There is so much like sarcasm, and like I obviously like some of the comedy is not in your face. It's more subtle, which is more similar to like Suits comedy, which Mason, I know you love.
I do love Suits.
So do I. But I think one of the best scenes that I've seen so far, like one of the best scenes in terms of comedy, is the scene where they're talking about the kid's bully.
Oh yeah.
That scene makes me laugh every time because it's the example of what uncles are, right? Like good uncles are. Where it's like, it's like, oh man, I don't know the character, but it's like I'm gonna call him Manny. I don't know his name. He's like, oh, Manny's getting bullied at school, and he goes, okay, that's from Paris to Texas or whatever. That's a 12-hour flight. If we get here now, like we could be there by by tomorrow at noon, or be there at tomorrow at like 3 a.m.
We can be there tomorrow at noon. We can be, and his house can be in ashes by 12:30.
Oh, is that what this was? I can't remember.
Yeah.
And then he goes, no, what you need to do. Actually, I'll let you explain. You've seen the show.
Oh yeah. So there's a person in the show. His name's Roy Kent. He's an absolute god among men.
I love him.
He's an absolute bear. I mean, his chest is just all hair. He's a monster. I don't know. It's insane. I don't know how anyone can grow that much chest hair.
You should see my buddy Chris.
But he's like, no, this is what you should do. So you break into their house at night. You dip a big thick rope in red paint, and you just start hitting them while they're asleep. And when they wake up and they turn on the light and they see all the red, they get scared and they freak out. And then you stop. You stare at them. And then you just start laughing maniacally. There's the biggest, most heartiest laugh you can muster for as long as you can. And then whenever you can't laugh anymore, you just start hitting them again, just over and over and over. By the way, Ted Lasso's son is like, 14, like 13 or 14 in the show.
Actually?
So yeah, so Roy Kent is talking about doing this to a literal child. Like, I'm not lying.
Roy gives no fucks.
Oh no, yeah.
He's a god.
And then he goes, actually, I think I'll just email back and see what's going on first before we do anything like that.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, that's probably a good call. but no, Grant, like, I'm not gonna lie, you and me are exactly like in that scene, exactly like that. Whenever if your nephew ever gets bullied, bro, you and me would be there and we'd like just like tie the kid to like the back of the truck or whatever, start driving around a bit.
Mm-hmm. No, to be completely honest, I'm telling my nephew, just beat the shit out of this kid, man.
He's like, okay, these are some brass knuckles. So here's what you do, right? You put these on, you slip them in your fingers, and then you just start going at it with them.
I would be the person to provide my nephew with brass knuckles.
You would.
You are right.
I know you would.
You're like, here's a concealed knife. Put this in your shoe. No one will know.
This one in your shoe, this one in your back pocket, this one in your waistband, and then here's a sword.
No, it's like if you get knocked to the ground, just grab it, and whenever they come down to hit you, just punch them in the stomach and run away. Nobody will know. Take the knife with you, shove it in your pocket. No one will know.
Then walk about four blocks off school grounds, throw it in the trash can somewhere.
No. Keep it.
True.
You're gonna wash it off, and then you're gonna wash it off, and then you're gonna bring it to my house. We're gonna toss it. We're gonna toss it in my kiln, melt it down, turn it into a paperweight for your desk.
It's like that episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he was trying to get the dentist to fucking
Yes.
to say it's already in a patient's mouth, son.
No, I love that episode. That's probably their best episode of that show.
I think that's genuinely probably my favorite episode.
I literally went back to rewatch that episode specifically like 4 times. It's such a good episode. Anyway. No, I can only imagine the nightmare we're gonna be for your brother and his wife when your nephew like goes into like his late elementary school. We're gonna be terrible influences. Grant, like this is how bad we're gonna be, right? I saw a TikTok video where this kid or this guy, right? Like his dad was a chemist, and so when he was like a kid or whatever, he was getting bullied, and he was getting bullied by a kid who had a Trans Am, right? Like a nice Trans Am, and Grant's internet just dropped. Anyway, so this kid had a nice Trans Am, right? And he was bullying this kid, and this guy like basically asked his dad for a few chemicals here and there, working on different experiments or whatever, because he was teaching him. And he said, yeah, he just kept a few extra things together. And he created thermite with it and put it in this guy's Trans Am. It blew up in the kid's driveway.
Oh!
Motherfuckers.
It exploded in the kid's driveway. And then the dad like later, like probably a few weeks later, goes, hey, whatever happened to that stuff? He goes, oh, I just pitched it.
Oh, are you? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've just joined at the very end, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude, that
Are
is
you talking about the kid who put like thermite on his bully's car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a great story. It's probably not true, but that's such a great story if it is.
How to properly deal with a bully. Blow them to kingdom fucking come.
Well, no, luckily
Melt
the kid
a
wasn't.
hole through their engine block.
Yeah, literally. But no, the thing was too, he timed it perfectly because like he had a kind of like a timer thing, so it would like disperse like at a certain time. He mistimed it, but it was at least far enough away so where the kid wouldn't be in the car, and to where he was too far out of range, and he had an alibi to where he wouldn't get blamed for it.
Thought it through.
So you just melted it through this guy's engine block, caused it to like a huge like char on their driveway, and the car was like literally not drivable ever again.
Said, so instead of melting the hood like I had originally planned, I melted straight through the engine and down to his sidewalk.
Dude, there's another great story I love because I want to have this kind of relationship with a neighbor eventually at one point, where this guy.
I know exactly what you're about to talk about.
Yeah, where this guy would like park in this neighbor's parking spot because it was like a tight parking spot. So every time he would park there, the guy would mess with this car. First, it was like an egg, then like it just went more and more till eventually he put salami on the guy's hood, and then didn't come back for 4 days. And after 4 days, you take it off and it rips the paint clean off.
Because it was winter, so it like froze to the hood.
Exactly. So, and then to the point where, like the final one that he did, he like destroyed his car, broke the windshield, keyed it to Kingdom Come, bro. Like just slashed all the tires, just absolutely destroyed this thing. And
The
then
Hot Crazy Matrix is danger zone.
Yeah, and then the guy ends up dying, right? And he goes to pay his condolences to his wife, and he's like, yeah, well, no one else on the block cared. He's like, he was told he didn't have very long to live, but he ended up living a lot longer than possible. Like he was fueled by something. He goes, what was he? He goes, he hated you. I want to have a neighbor like that just hates me so much. They live longer than they should, just because they're fueled for their hatred of me. That's my dream.
His wife, yeah, he didn't love me enough to stick around, but he sure hated you.
Can you imagine? Like that is like oh god, what is that one like one movie with Danny DeVito, a Christmas movie with Danny DeVito in it, where it's like the Christmas lights and it's like a rivalry between them, and eventually this guy just has almost like the Christmas Vacation lights on his house, where it's bright enough to see in outer space. They literally show that scene where you can see it in outer space.
I don't think I've ever seen this movie.
Have you not? Hang on. I gotta look it up because it is a fantastic movie. It is right up your alley.
I do love me some Christmas movies.
Oh boy.
You should title this episode "Grant and Austin Go on a Tangent While Shire and Mason Question Their Existence."
That happens like every episode.
Yeah.
Not using this bad. Like, fucking
true.
that Game of Thrones tangent went for like 30 minutes.
True.
Shire, how was your school year?
It was good.
How long have you been on summer break?
Probably like 2 weeks.
Okay, so I got about a couple of months.
Grant.
There's 104
Grant,
days
stop.
of summer
Stop.
vacation.
Okay, the movie is called Deck the Halls. Came out in 2006.
I'll deck your
Okay.
halls.
It's a great movie. Grant, we're gonna watch it when Christmas time rolls around.
Okay. Shire, how has your summer been?
It's been decent.
Decent?
Yeah.
How decent is decent? I'm not sure how.
Not
How
out here
good that
building
is.
roller coasters and shit.
No.
There's not 104 days this summer.
True.
Or
Not
any
this
summer for that matter.
God, nope. Phineas and Ferb always know the truth.
Dude, even all the way into August, you only have like 90 days.
Dude, we start August 1st.
Yeah, and you don't, like, if you got out of school when Austin and I did, and you go into, like, you go back to school when Austin and I do, there's a good chance that's 104 days, Austin.
Oh yeah, no. You and I, we get done May 6th at the latest, and then start
Yeah.
up again in like August 22nd.
Yeah. So I think we would. That's probably like 120 days, maybe. Because we have pretty much all of May
Dude,
Something like that.
120
June,
days
July.
would be 4 months.
and
Yeah,
most of
That is
August.
not possible.
Yeah, that's a right on, because that's all of May, all of June, all of July, and most of August.
Yeah. So we're pushing like 110, 120 days.
Yeah.
Suck that, Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah. But we're also in college, so it sucks worse.
True.
There
Dude,
sucks
Phineas and
more.
Ferb. Phineas and Ferb is my shit, though.
Dude, can you
Um,
imagine Phineas and Ferb at Purdue, bro? They
Oh,
would
God.
literally be like held at the highest peak, and everyone would just hate them in all their classes. Everyone would go to them for answers, they wouldn't give it out, and everyone would just despise
Oh.
them.
Nothing worse than those people.
Dude, I agreed.
Those people. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Bro, I
Bastards.
think I'm gonna have like probably 5 people in my AP World Studies class that's gonna be like that.
You should take A push. A push is lit. I got a 5 on the A push exam.
I never took a push, but it did seem fun. I think it's just gonna
Yeah,
be
I
a
don't
great
even know what the
teacher.
fuck that is.
AP US History.
Yeah, my high school definitely did not have
No,
that.
I'm doing World Studies, not US History. You idiot.
Fair
It's honestly, A push is low key easy as fuck. If you have like 7 brain cells to rub together and you can remember like how many
I only
fingers you have on your
two
left
and a
hand.
half.
Dude.
Like if you can remember how many fingers you have in your left hand, you can remember most of US history.
Dude, that's honestly a hard question. How many fingers you have on your left hand?
Hey, hang on a second.
I would
That's
probably say 10.
discriminatory, because some people have 6, some people have less than 5.
Dude, I would
There
be
is
honest.
nothing better than seeing an amputee walk into the classroom
Oh my
using an
God.
analogy about arms.
Jesus.
I would probably say 10. How many fingers I have on my left hand? I'd probably say 10.
That's pretty impressive. Can you imagine being a teacher and like you're like, all right, everybody, we're gonna do an exercise. Stick your arms out in front of you, and the girl with no arms just sitting there, just
It's like the little
play
nubs.
with her. Yeah. But you know how people who don't
Alyssa,
have
can you
arms?
please participate?
Yeah, literally. Like the
No.
people who don't have arms, they like come to a point. They're not like blocky, like hips to shoulders.
They
Across
don't
the
come to a
neck.
point at all.
They're like an arch, you know. They like go from hips and slowly arc together at the neck.
Oh, Grant, I just imagine. Did you ever have to do like with Coach Adams, like the workout room for gym?
I never had to do with Coach Adams. I had
Okay.
the other guy.
Oh yeah. Well, for Coach
He was
Adams,
a G.
we had to do like we were in the gym like once a week, or not once a week. We were like in there for every other day, right?
I literally maxed out that leg press machine.
Oh yeah, dude. And here's the thing, right? During one of the during one part of the semester, we had to do like half your weight bench presses, right? You had to do like 20 reps.
Halfway, 20 reps.
Not 20 reps, sorry.
That's
Not 20 reps, 20 like I guess well doing 20
reps.
of them, and
Reps.
it had to be half your weight, right?
That's pretty bad for like bigger people.
Yeah, dude. I got 13 done. And I was like, oof. Yeah, that's enough for me. Right?
Yeah.
Can you I just knowing Coach Adams, I love Coach Adams. But knowing him, he definitely been like, all right, Eric, your turn. And Eric has like no arms, he just has nubs. He goes, bro.
Use your
What?
teeth.
He's like, bro, start doing them. He's like, Coach, I can't reach the bar and I don't have anything to grab onto. That's not my problem. You're gonna get a 0 if you don't. If you
Adams
don't
is like back in Nam. I had a buddy who lost his arms, and he had to crawl through foxholes like a snake, like a worm. He was like,
No, he'd have been like
with
back
a,
in
with
Nam.
a
We had a
1911 in his teeth.
You'd have been like back in Nam. We had a buddy who was like launching mortars with me, right? He had nubs. If he lost them in a mortar accident, right? He's like, at that point, like he wasn't discharged. They wouldn't let him go, so he just had to use his teeth to launch the mortars.
Yeah, dude. I had my buddy. He lost his arms and legs in a mortar accident. But they didn't ship him home. They put him as a foxhole explorer. Gave him a Bowie knife and hopes. Sent him in there.
They made him a driver.
Should have seen him slither like a little snake down them foxholes.
Oh,
That Bowie knife between his teeth. I just watched my 100th ad.
nice. No,
I've been going this whole time.
I was watching a story. Like, obviously, this wasn't meant to be like a. It's obviously a kind of a sad story, but also a motivational one too. But at the same time, I'm be like, if I was that guy, I'd be smug. I'd be so smug, because he was with two or three other people who are like higher ranks than him, right? And then there's people who are like foxhole, diggers, right? And,
Foxhole explorers.
no, like people who are like digging the foxholes.
Oh, okay.
And
I meant rat hole earlier then. I meant rat hole.
yeah. And so he hears thump, thump, thump after all the foxholes or after the only foxhole he had digged for himself, right? Because the other two was like, no, we don't need one right now, right? And he just 12 mortars. He's like, oh, he tries to go to the foxhole, and those other two like people who are high rank took it from him, so he had nowhere to go. So he hugs a tree, tries to get as far away, and no shrapnel really hits him. He goes to the foxhole, realizes that a mortar landed right in the foxhole. I would have been so smug at that point,
God.
because I'd been like, that's what you get for taking my foxhole.
Dude, okay. Have you ever seen Jarhead with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I have not, but I have heard from my American Studies teacher just about how much he hated how many movies they made from that. Because like the first one was apparently decent, and the rest they just kept going and they wouldn't stop.
No, the original Jarhead movie, whenever Jake Gyllenhaal's character is going through sniper school, Jamie Foxx's character is his like drill sergeant. And there's a scene where they're crawling under barbed wire. It's muddy, but they're using live ammunition. And it's like shooting over the top of the barbed wire structure. And one of the guys panics and jumps up, gets hit right in the head, dies. And Jamie Foxx's character cease fire, runs, like looks at the guy, and he just starts berating this guy's dead body. He's like, if you had just listened to me, you'd still be alive, you stupid fuck. That's what I would be like.
That'd
yelling
be me.
Yelling at the superior officers. I'd be like, you motherfuckers. That's what you get. That's what you get.
I would be like in Full Metal Jacket. That's I'd just be like making fun of these dudes left and right. Just not even because I needed to, just for fun, just because I felt like tearing into them.
Yeah. I'm just looking at these pictures that Mason sent.
I don't even know
The guy with his prosthetic leg hitting the bowling ball and then falling over.
Hang on a second.
Dude, I cackled so hard that I hurt my throat when I saw that. I had to just stop speaking for a moment.
This guy just
Oh
took
my
off his
God.
prosthetic leg and used it as like a golf putter to hit this bowling ball.
No, that is like the a video I saw the other day where he goes to a bowl, but then he steps too far over the line. He throws the ball, he slips. He's like doing the dancing around, trying not to
Oh,
fall.
yeah.
His phone falls out of his pocket. He kicks it into the gutter, and then he
Oh
like
my
wipes
God.
out. I'd be like, dude, that would suck.
I love bowling alley fails where they like throw bowling balls into the ceiling or like through the TV. Oh my God. It's so funny.
It's so
Or
funny.
or when a kid tries to like follow the bowling ball down the lane and just wipes out immediately and starts crying. Oh, it's euphoric. Little pleasure is brought to my day, but that puts a smile on my
Well,
face.
We started this with ruining kids' days, and now we're ending it the same
With
way.
with ruining.
So, on that note, I think we're gonna end this episode of the podcast. Thank you all for listening to the 33rd episode.
God damn.
Yeah, and
Lord.
I think that's about all I have to say. Anyone else?
Balls.
Oh, everyone's sexy.
Blue cheese balls.
Peace.